them gun sounds. Let them gun sounds. Let them gun sounds. But we should hate them. Why? Cause them gun sounds probably means another black mela's going down. Body cold on the pavement, blood paint in the ground, soul in the air. Which way he going now? You should see the wall of the ad hoc building. It's so many unsolved murders in my city. I pray for Chicago.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Sauce, man. I just want to share with y'all the other side of Kansas City, man, that people either ignore or, as Ice Cube once said, you know, they don't know, they don't show, or don't care what's going on in the hood. There are mothers and fathers that are grieving the loss of their kids. I'm a firm believer that no mother or father should lose their kids, especially at a violent crime, senseless murders, things of that nature.
My name is Lisa Donnell. My son's name is Tyon Donnell. Was murdered January 17th, 2014. He passed away 15 days after his birthday, and he leaves behind his only daughter, and he was my only son, child. On the night of January 17th, the friend called Tyon to Wyandotte High School and told Tyon that she was in trouble. She was about to get jumped by several girls at this basketball game. So Tyon, in turn, he didn't want to leave her up there, so he, was like, okay, I'm on my way to come pick you up. The other girls that was into it with the friend of Tyon's called their father and brother, and they basically was already at the scene by the time Tyon arrived. I had spoke with Tyon earlier that day. He was like, I'm gonna come and see you, mama, and I'm like, okay, make sure you come and see me. I'm over to your Aunt Michelle's. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna come and see you. But he never made it, My nephew, Tywon, he was the one that got the call from Tyon's daughter's mother, and she was crying on the phone, and she said Tyon got shot in the head, and all I heard him say was, Yon got shot in the head. And I'm like, what? And then he said it again. It was like somebody just punched me dead in my gut. We go to the crime scene, and he's sitting there in the car with his feet hanging out the car. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. And I'm just like, not Tyon. And he was sitting there with a bullet hole in his head with his eyes open. Surprisingly, like, he had this look on his face. I'm never gonna forget the look. Like, I'm hit, like I'm shot. Tyon, he used to always give his clothes and shoes away, and at times I will be angry, be like, Tyon, where's those new pair of shoes I gave you or bought you and your new pair of jeans? Oh, mama, he'll tell me he left them over his friend's house, not knowingly, he didn't gave them to, someone at school or, just by being a friend.
We came from a big family, and sometimes we'll say, baby, you can't bring nobody over today, because we barely got enough for us. But my nephew, he didn't matter, because he knew that once he brought them in our family, they was family. So he would bring them anyway, kids that, mothers didn't really care about them. They didn't have no place to stay or no food. He would always bring them in. They always end up living with us. So that's one thing I loved about him. He always had a kind, giving heart.
he always wanted to be a football player. And as you can see, this is his picture. He was an MVP player. You know, he always got awards and everything, and I love that.
Tyon played for us 5 years ago. That was actually the last championship season that we had, the year that he was his last year with us. Game times, man, he was a beast. On the field, I mean, he was arguably the best player that, one of the best players we ever had.
Memories me and the little bro got together is, playing with the Raiders or with the little Bulldogs, seeing who can score the most touchdowns throughout the week, who mama can get the loudest when they run it down the sideline or whatnot, just, that love, you know what I mean?
I was the football mom, So, I used to tailgate for him and everything because I was so excited, to see him out there playing on that field because I knew that was an activity that he was really interested in and he loved. Real nervous. He was calling everybody to go up to the hospital with him. He called me first. He was like, "Mama, Valencia's about to have a baby. Can you go up there to the hospital with me?" And I'm like, "Tyon, I can't. I gotta go to work." He called maybe 4 or 5 other people. Everybody waiting to get picked up to go to the hospital with him to see the baby and and just be with him for a support system. Spent a lot of time with his daughter. He did every and anything for her. He was just a great father. He did a lot more than what some other young fathers would do for their child, at the age of 19. And I really commended him on that because he stuck it out and he did everything. It was like he turned into a man overnight.
1, 2, 3, loyalty!